Can somebody explain to me how we went from Kendrick Lamar telling black people that don't let white comedians talk about no black woman to white comedian responding to black people's business by saying that I can sexually assault you against your will? This is so-called comedy nowadays.
Like, first of all, Kendrick's people and the gang affiliate, everybody, his security, they will kill me. They will destroy me. They'll find me in the street. They'll fucking cut me up. They'll shoot me. They'll do whatever. I'm not a tough guy. Y'all do. But just Kendrick, I would make love to him. And there's nothing he could do about it. Just Kendrick Lamar, I would make love to him. And the only thing that he could do is decide if it's consensual or not. That's the only...
Is this funny to you guys? Think about it. Kendrick Lamar on his new album said that don't let no white comedians talk about black women. So he's talking to black men, allowing white men to cross the line. He's not saying that Andrew Schulz should be cancelled. He's not saying that. He's not even talking about him. This is not about him. This is message to a black man. This has nothing to do with him. There was no name mentioned. There's nothing about him. Okay? He's not saying that Andrew Schulz cannot say this or any other white comedians. He's talking to black American men. So you respond to a black American man saying to black American men that protect black women, your answer to that as a white man, I can sexually assault you. Like he's some kind of Mike Tyson. Like, what the hell is this? If you guys in the comment section criticize me, maybe I cross the line, maybe I make fun of Asian women, and there's outrage. And my response to that is that, hey, I can sexually assault you. What? And this is comedy? They thought about this for a week, and this is what they came up. This is the joke. I can sexually assault you. Joe Rogan really ruined the comedy. Oh my goodness.
Thing he could do. If it's me and Kendrick, no, this is about physics. It's about physics.
Like, he's talking like he's some kind of Mike Tyson. He's fantasizing sexual assaulting a grown-ass man. Like, this guy is sick. There's another comedian. Who is the guy's name? Shane. He's actually a funny comedian. He got called out by Asian community for saying fucked up things about Asians. Imagine if his response was like, oh, that's a cool story. I can rape you. Now let's see another response that he had. So he basically called out Kendrick Lamar as hypocrite. Even though this is not about him, again, this is not about him. This is about this guy. You see? This black dude over here that is letting Andrew Schulz say whatever. Let's actually go back and see where this whole thing started. So here is where it all started, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the D'Angelo explaining what happened. There was a huge outrage on Andrew Schulz making fun of black American women. And I'm gonna explain you why this is a problematic as an outsider, okay? I'm not a black American, I'm not from America. So I'm gonna tell you how internationally people view black American women because of these comments.
At all. So I think the most important framing device for this video is to kind of get the elephant in the room out of the way early. Andrew Schulz is racist. I know I'm on the internet and people get their feelings hurt really easily by that word. I know I'm supposed to say like, oh yeah, he might have said an offensive joke. I don't know if that means he's actually he's racist. It's apparent from this podcast clip that started going viral recently, where you can see so many men with microphones, with these two being guests on the podcast and this being our friend Andrew. So the conversation turns to black women, and the guests James and Fuhad start talking about the black girlfriend effect.
Wait, what is the black black girlfriend effect. This
Oh,
is
you
the
don't know
same.
about
Just glow out the other culture.
Yeah, so you'll see a guy who's had a black girlfriend, all of a sudden he's got a buzz cut, like clean shape up. Glows up, bro.
So as they explain, this effect is a man glowing up when he gets a black girlfriend, leveling up his drip, magnifying the riz, etc. It's a silly joke, completely harmless, but notice how immediately Andrew has to swoop in and shoot down the idea that a black woman could ever improve somebody's life. Even as they're talking, he's uncomfortable.
They shave their hair because they start losing it. Because they're so stressed around this black girl complaining about it.
Just look at him, he's uncomfortable by these two people saying positive things about black women. Like he's visibly uncomfortable. Why is that? I wonder why is that?
Swoop in and shoot down the idea that a black woman could ever improve somebody's life. Even as they're talking, he's uncomfortable.
They shave their hair because they start losing it. Because they're so stressed around this black girl complaining about it.
Now, I really want you to analyze the scene that's about to unfold. I almost wish I could get David Attenborough to analyze this, like just these people in their natural habitat. You can see in Andrew's face that he is calculating. He's waiting. He's just repeated the racist stereotype that black women are angry, right? Constantly complaining to the point of causing stress for their partners. And James and Fuhad have a choice. Actually, the same choice that every man is faced with constantly when he's in a room with only men. Am I gonna let this slide? And James and Fuhad have all too predictably decided that yes, they are going to let this slide. So then after sensing zero pushback, Andrew decides to take it a little bit further.
They grow a beard
set the
because
dick
there's
up.
more cushion when they get slapped the out of.
So now this joke has evolved into black women are angry and violent. And Andrew is literally giddy, bouncing up and down like a child who has been given gifts at Christmas. And the gift he's received is complicity. I actually feel like these two look fairly uncomfortable now, but nevertheless, they are still laughing and they say nothing, which allows Andrew to swoop in for the trifecta.
I think the black girlfriend effect, it might be a protective instinct, bro.
You think?
Yeah.
And that is how an extremely lighthearted joke about guys changing up their style to impress black women got flipped within mere seconds into black women are angry, violent, and men need to be protected from them. And obviously, media literacy is at an all-time low because somehow this entire exchange gets interpreted by millions of people, no less, as comedy. But make no mistake, what you've just witnessed is not skill. This is habit. Being able to exist in an environment where you get zero pushback for so long and constantly pushing the envelope to see what you can get away with, none of this is dependent on any sort of comedic skill. It doesn't take any sort of timing, observation, or intelligence to do that. Even the stereotypes that are being boosted here are old. They're tired. They're as old as time. And so for anyone who wants to say he can't be racist, he's just telling a joke. I would like them to point out where the joke is. I've played the entire...
Exactly, he said it well. Okay, D'Angelo, subscribe to him. I actually will subscribe to him right now. That was an amazing video. I don't live in America, okay? I was born and raised here in Europe. And the only thing you hear about black American women is that they are violent, they are crazy, they are toxic. That's problematic. That's the only representation that they get. And this is the point of Kendrick Lamar. Is that he's saying to these black men around these white comedians, do not let them get away with this. The same way Asians didn't let a white comedian talk bad about them. Now you understand what Kendrick Lamar meant. Kendrick Lamar's message was for the black people around people like Andrew Schulz, not checking him. He's not saying that, oh, Andrew Schulz should not talk about this. Because nobody has an expectation of a white person understanding a black struggle. They don't care. It doesn't affect them. Okay? Like I said, I don't live in America. And the only thing that I hear about black American women is that they are violent, they are crazy. This has no effect on Andrew Schulz or his people. Not his mom, not his sister, not his wife. This has zero effect on him. So he doesn't care. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to be anti-woke person when it doesn't affect you in the first place. But when it affects you, it hurts because it literally will affect you in your life. People will treat you differently because the only thing that people hear about you is like bad stuff. This is the reason why you have to check on these people, because they will cross the line over and over and over again. You know, I had to check on so many people, like millions of people. Like, I had to check on them because people will cross the line. They will test you. It's your job to create the boundaries. If you just let people say whatever about you and your people, it will become the reality. Because that's when everybody else starts saying it, and now everybody thinks that, oh, you are this problematic group. That's why every other group of people goes hard. Asians goes hard, Jews goes hard, Muslims goes hard, Africans goes hard, except black Americans. This stereotypical stuff literally has an effect on people's real life. Now let's listen to his another response besides him fantasizing about sexual assault. He's calling Kendrick Lamar a hypocrite.
It's very important to him to protect black women. That's why he's never done a song with an abuser confirmed. He's never done a song with anybody that's suspected of abuse. He's never threatened to remove his music from Spotify because they removed R. Kelly's music, who for sure fucked and held captive underage black women. Hold on. This is all very important to Kendrick.
Wait a minute, just let me understand what's going on here, because I think that you're using sarcasm as a comedic device.
It is a comedic device.
But you're so fucking smart right now that I don't know if you're serious or making jokes.
This is comedy, ladies and gentlemen. The whole point he's making is that, oh, the hip-hop community talk shit about black women, so I can talk shit about black women. It's like saying that, oh, black man says the N-word, so I can say the N-word too. Let's say it together. Oh, and by the way, I can sexually assault you. And this is comedy, by the way. This is comedy. So we are not having a serious conversation about this because this has become a Drake and Kendrick thing. Every time there's a bad thing said about Kendrick, the Drake fans support it, even though they know that this is wrong, and vice versa. Okay? So for the dumbass stance, let me change the situation, okay? Let's say that Drake came out and said that, don't let white comedians talk about Jewish women. And Andrew Schultz's response is that there's other Jewish people that says bad things about, Jewish women, and they have also abused Jewish women. So I can say crazy stuff about Jewish women. And also, by the way, I can sexually assault you. It would be over. It would be over. His career would be over. He would be right now crying, apologizing. This is not good. This is not funny. It doesn't matter who it happens to. It doesn't matter who group of people it happens to. This is not funny. This is not a good thing to do. But this is what unfunny comedians do. They have no jokes. They have nothing clever to say, nothing funny to say. So they say edgiest stuff possible and call it comedy. The funniest thing about this is that Andrew Schulz tweeted that, why you guys are not arguing with me? Where are the Kendrick Lamar bots? He's basically making this a Kendrick Lamar stance issue, even though people have been calling out of his racism for past couple of months. Even celebrities like Ryan Clark called out Andrew Schulz. But Andrew is not gonna respond to that. Instead, he's gonna use this Drake and Kendrick beef to get the Drake fans' support, instead of addressing his racism. And also, he's saying that, oh, why you guys are not continuing to argue? Why people wanna argue with your sick ass? There's no point. Your response of and criticism of your racist comments towards black women is to threaten to rape them. Like, why people wanna argue with a person like that? You need to argue with your therapist because clearly you have some demons in you. Why people wanna argue with a dumb, sick, racist, and mentally ill person? Like, come on, pick a struggle at least. The weirdest part of this whole thing is that a black person saying to another black person, don't let white comedians talk about black women, makes you go crazy like this. Why you are so triggered? Why you are so offended of a black person trying to protect a black woman? Why? Why this drives you crazy? That's the weirdest part. Why are you going so hard over a one line that never mentioned you? It wasn't about you. Why you're mad about people wanting to protect black women? Why you're mad? Why you're so triggered by that comment? Anyway, let me know down in the comment section what you guys think about this. Click the subscribe button if you guys haven't. Like this video if you like. See you guys in the next video. Goodbye.